It's happy hour again at the Banner Bar, so you ready to get into it?
I'm Jeff Spicoli.
We're feeling ourselves, so what better time to drink some super expensive beers? Welcome back. Alright, so first up is the Baby Jasmine Tea Lager from Master Grau Brewing. So if you're watching at home, by the way, one of these, even though they are mostly expensive, one of these is much more expensive than the rest of them. See if you can guess which one it is.
He got me wondering now. We'll find out at the end.
This is brewed in China. It's 5.4%. Sorry. There was water in my cup. You ever had a Chinese beer that you know of?
No, sir. Is there rice in there? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good.
Interesting.
When we eat Chinese food, we always have rice, so I don't even think it's culturally inappropriate. That's a surprisingly heavy-bodied looking beer. Smells very gentle, very zen.
Yeah, but I have a feeling it's not going to be. I could be wrong. These are expensive beers. They just should be.
Give it a shot.
The cream of the crop. Here we go. Interesting. Very.
Yeah. That's not something you taste every day.
What is that right off the get-go?
I mean, what I'm getting are the grains. It tastes like a Belgian beer.
It's a grain, but it's heavy.
I would guess it's the tea. Does it tell you what it is? Is it green tea? It's jasmine tea. Okay. So that's the familiarity for me because my son eats these jasmine gummies.
Mm-hmm.
They put him to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
They're not habit forming. Don't come at me. Our question, by the way, soaking wet. Which films are there too many of?
That's unique, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good word, unique, for this one. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I can drink it, but there's something that's hanging on.
It feels like it's got a wheat quality to it. Like it's got a bite in the grains that definitely sticks.
Yeah. Oh, it sticks all right.
Otherwise, it feels super foreign.
What is the ABV in that?
I think 5.4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beer brewed with jasmine tea.
Man, that's interesting. I've never had jasmine tea, so that may, I'm missing a lot of what it's brewed with.
Yeah.
So, but it's different from anything I've ever had.
Yeah. It's more tea than jasmine. Like a green tea, it's in that vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a medium weight to it. It's beautiful beer. It does have a wheat quality to it, which I'm not a giant fan of. But that European flair and the malt grain notes is just really beautiful. In my opinion, I still don't know what I would rate it. I wouldn't go crazy. I would say a 7. It's very unique, so you want to say 8. I want to say 8 anyway, but 7.
Let's see, and I'm not with this cat on this one. I'm going to say 5.
It's very earthy.
Yes, it is very earthy. But there and again, here I'm a dark beer man, so. But this one here is unlike anything I've ever tasted before. So, and part of it's probably that jasmine tea taste. Mm-hmm. But you hit it on the head when you said earthy.
It definitely
That's
is.
what I'm tasting a lot of.
I think like if you've ever had like real river water, like mountain river water. It's got like a moss quality to it, or like it went through I don't know, like petrified wood comes to mind. I'm drunk, so don't listen to me.
It's filtered to your daddy's drawers.
There it is. That's the kind of earthy this is, for sure. And I can't figure.
Quit washing your fucking clothes in the creek. No, man, it's got its unique style. You can tell it's foreign.
Yeah. It's like dirt and pine needles.
Yes.
Put together.
Yeah.
So I could see how that would be off-putting in a tiny way. Really good for me, though. So, films. What do you think there are too many of?
Crime series.
Yeah?
Man, I got to hear that shit every night when she goes to bed. I am fucking sick and tired of NCIS, and I hope you watch this shit, because I'm talking to you, woman. I get tired of, Agent Gibbs and NCIS and 48 Hours and Bones and all that shit,
You ever watch old Detective Kenda? Is that his name?
I try not to watch none of it. She plays that shit all night long.
See, I watch and I rewatch a lot of Unsolved Mysteries, but at least with Unsolved Mysteries,
that too,
you get, you get your alien stories, you get your miracles and your myths.
But Shane, when you fucking know what's coming on, you've watched it so many times that they're reruns.
Yeah,
it's like, fuck, we saw this last week.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah, that's my wife. God love her. But she's, most definitely crime, murder mysteries, crime scene shit, that kind of crap for me.
By the way, before I answer this, congratulations. We've got our little pour thing down here.
Uh-huh.
And I almost never use it.
Really?
And I don't think you've ever used it either.
Yeah.
So it's nice to just sit at the table with someone who doesn't use that fucking pour out.
No, I don't. I love you, Joseph, but I don't.
Well, Joseph almost always got to just drive right after we do a recording.
does he?
Yeah. I'm going to say Bond films. I've always wanted to just watch all the Bond films, but I get overwhelmed by the sheer fucking number. There are.
The older Bond films were I watched the older Bond films, the older James Bond, but the newer stuff I haven't. Obviously, it's played itself out. It's kind of like some of this other shit that they've just run in the ground. But, when you've got 5 or 6 different characters playing James Bond, it's like, okay,
It's hard. Like, I want to watch them in order, that they were released.
Sean Connery was a good Bond.
Yeah, I imagine that he was. Sean Connery was kind of amazing in most things that he did.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our answers. So we're going to move on to Lindemans Peche. Or peach. It's a peach lambic beer.
The first name just sounds, it's making my mouth pucker. Lindemans.
Now, it's a lambic, so you got a wild yeast fermentation on this again?
And we had some cherry not too long ago, I believe.
Yeah, they make a raspberry, a strawberry, and a cherry is the creek. Yep.
Yeah. And that was some good chipped.
I'm going to go off and say this smells real funky.
Yeah, I'm going to get hard on.
You thought the jasmine tea was earthy.
I think I can smell it from here. Honestly, I thought I could smell it when it...
Whew.
Yep.
God, that's weird.
Oh, man.
And this is actually out of Belgium.
That makes me want to fucking drink it, man. It's making my mouth pucker up smelling it.
It's so different. It's like if... Excuse my French, but if pussy actually smelled like peach...
Damn it. You can smell the peach.
That's not where I thought you were going.
No, you can.
Oh, yeah. It's genuine. It's the real deal.
This smells good. It smells great.
And this is not actually a technical beer. It's a malt beverage, which means there's no hop in it. I can't find the ABV.
Wow. Whoo. That is interesting. Very, very interesting.
That's got some layers.
Yes.
It's a sugary thing that's not at all off-putting. because there's so much like
You can't
pop
find
to
an
the
ABV
fruit.
on
I
that.
can't. Now, you can look if you want
That's
to.
Interesting. Peach and Lambic. Wow.
I swear this has just as much strawberry and apple note
Wild yeast.
as it does the peach. Sorry if you're hearing background noise. I've got a paper wrapper over there that's flying around. I'm an idiot. Man, the smell on this, though. I'm not loving it like you're loving it.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I want to smell peach or I want to smell pussy. I don't want to smell them both at the same time. It's just weird to me.
Spontaneous fermentation. Unmalted wheat. Airborne yeast.
Mm-hmm.
I could drink this shit all fucking night.
All of their beers,
I might get a fucking stomachache.
they're all like this. Yeah, they're good.
Obviously, the ABV is not that high, I wouldn't think.
I
don't feel it, but
thinking I'm going to find it.
fuck, man, it's
Yeah, that luscious, sweet
taste
peach.
is interesting, man.
That's way different than most of them. I'll say that. It's going to be a 6 for me. It tasted like a 7 right at the beginning. Mostly it's smell. That's
I'm gonna go with a 7.
I figured you were
Easy.
going to go higher.
Easy. It's 7 to 8. I'm gonna stay in 7 range.
Peach is beautiful in that.
That is not. I may come fucking back for that shit when this is over. That's tasty.
That taste is amazing. Question that we never asked is: start a new show or rewatch a show you loved? I think I might know where you're going to land just based on your previous talk.
Yeah, I need to start a new show.
You rewatch too many shows, or you just like a change of pace?
What I rewatch, she doesn't like anyway, so I hear about it. So I'll just start a new show.
What do you think about the Lord of the Rings show?
Which one? I've seen them all.
No, like the show, not the movies, not the Hobbit movies, not the Lord of the Rings. They just did the prequel show they started on Amazon. There's was it Rings of Power?
Oh, the series. I haven't. Oh, I haven't watched.
Okay.
It. Yeah, I haven't even gotten into it yet.
Oh, one thing I will say about that, without spoiling it all, because you're going to get a lot of God, I can't think of his name. It's the agent from the Matrix movies.
Oh yeah, he's the Elven King.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Smith, I think is
Yeah.
his name. Yeah, I got you.
And I'm obsessed with these films and Tolkien's work in general, but I can't think of it off the top of my head because I've been drinking. But his relationship with the Elf Lord is what makes that fucking show. So if the rest of it's kind of putting you off, stick through with that.
Okay.
Because, I mean, even just those little moments.
Well, see, I got Rayburn trying to get me back into Stranger Things. Their new shit's out, you know, and when she came down and spent the night the other night, Dad, I'm going to get you hooked. You don't watch this, you know. Well, and we watched part of the first episode, and then she had run off and did something. But anyway,
Dungeons and Dragons, Metallica. Oh,
see,
you're gonna be about it.
Yeah, see, and Kiss doesn't get into that D and now shit.
Yeah,
she doesn't like for nothing, you know. But like hell, I dig it, you know. 3.5 hours to watch a fucking movie. That's my bag. I watched matter of fact, I watched 2 Towers the other night. Matter of fact.
they have the extended editions on HBO, and I have been so tempted because there's so much additional content in those extended editions.
Yeah. Oh, there is. I've got the.
It's so much longer.
Rayburn made the mistake of giving me Blues. Thank you, Blue. His
he didn't know about it till just now.
Yeah, no, he knew about it, but he wasn't happy. He's got a box set that has the extended editions, and it's got scenes that you've never seen before.
Yeah, it's like
That's
an
cool
extra.
as fuck.
It's like an extra hour per movie.
Yeah, it is cool as fuck. I'm like, man, that wasn't in the movie. I said, this is cool as shit watching this, you know. So Yeah, I've got those at home.
And while Kissy just hanging herself in the closet.
Yeah, she don't. Won't like them doing that. They're too long.
I didn't answer the question. I would have to say rewatch a show I loved because I watch new movies. Like I'm constantly watching new movies. I rarely revisit movies, but shows I will fucking turn on for comfort because I can turn it right back off. Yeah. Like I'm in the middle of South Park and Sopranos and Unsolved Mysteries right now. Like there's just...
See, I will rewatch movies, but
not shows.
Well, no, and for the most part, I blame my wife for that. But and she gets pissed at me because I want to throw a movie in that I watched a couple of years ago or something.
Yeah,
and she's not into it. She'd rather watch, a rerun of one of these that she's into. So.
I mean, I feel you too. Like there are certain films that, I mean, I will rewatch like a motherfucker. Yeah. Like I'm torn on these things. Like I want to rewatch Lost. I want to rewatch Fargo.
See, and I get into a lot of B stuff, a lot of B movie stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Probably before your time.
Happy Hooker.
Happy Hooker. Shit, man. Hell Comes to Frogtown. Toxic Avenger. Shit like that, man. The old B stuff that used to come on, I don't know if you guys remember, USA's up on that, where, what's that old gal's name with the big titties?
Elvira?
Elvira. She used to fucking host that. Her and Gilbert Gottfried, and they used to spin these B movies.
See, I didn't know that. Elvira and Gilbert Gottfried?
Yes, yeah. And they used to run them, and we'd watch them late at night, and that's how I come to know them. Well, fuck, I started looking for these and buying them. Well, when Roddy Piper died, I bought up all of his fucking old movies, his B movies, My old lady can't stand it, What the fucking frog? Dance of three tongues? What's he doing? Fuck, it's funny as fuck, I'm sorry, but when you save a guy, this guy's supposed to breed all these women around. It's fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't you like to be that guy? I'm just saying.
There's some weird stuff out there to be sure.
There is.
And most of it's overlooked. So I feel you.
Yeah. I'm into the B stuff.
So I think what this says is a product of Switzerland. Abbaye de Saint Bon-Chien. This is it's from a decade ago.
Yeah,
it's a Swiss ale. Aged in oak barrels, it's 11%.
This is a dick kicker right here.
Now, hold up. Handcrafted in 2013, but this one was brewed in 2016. Okay.
Yeah, I'm...
11%. Okay, that tracks.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this one.
This is giving me Boulevard flashbacks.
Really?
Yeah.
What, just the 11%?
The 11%, the malt, the heavy...
It's got the look. It's got a heavy look to it.
Actually, there's fruit coming off the top of this after a while.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's like pear?
What makes something moral? Oh, yeah. There's something there.
Apple, plum, I can't.
Damn it. This smells like another sweetie. Oh my God.
Sweetie, huh?
It is thick. That's what it smells.
Go on, lay your lips on it.
You scared me now.
No, don't be scared. It's just a little sour.
God, dog. Shit, fire.
BFM Brewery.
Fuck me, man. 11%. Ooh, shit.
Fruits and spices.
And it hangs on too.
Slightly sour with very long aftertaste. Low carbonation.
I guess I should have read the fucking bottle. A
Hey,
very
man.
long aftertaste. You know what? Fuck it, man. It's all good.
That's awesome. I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either. I was expecting some smooth. Oh, man.
Yeah, smooth malt, like imperial type.
But you know what?
Wait.
After it all settles down, I like the taste in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
The sour is,
Yeah.
it's an afterthought. Like, it kicks you in the beginning, like an IPA.
Yeah.
IPA punches, but once you're used to it, you're just appreciating the beer.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out what that taste,
It's like a sour cider. It's got
like
some
apple.
Yeah, it's got some malty beer undertones.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't have expected that. Mm. Mm.
Whew. 11.
God, dog. Man, that makes me fucking drool swallowing it. You know it? I mean, my
you need
fucking...
to use your second glass for water. That's
God, dog.
Whew. I think the thing about the sour note on this one is the weight of the beer is so heavy that the sour really is like
Man.
it feels pungent. And the
That
aftertaste is so appley though. It's nice.
Swiss ale. Limited edition ale. Folks, this is 11%.
And this is also this feels like a real deal homebrew. Like if I could make something sour. What?
No, I'm hearing things.
Oh, my daughter wake up again?
Yeah, I think so. Waiting for a plane to fly over.
Okay. That's it.
That's only in the daytime.
I think they fly overnight.
Mm. Mm. I don't know what. Oh, wow. Fuck me.
The more I drink on this, the more it reminds me of a homebrew. Like if I could make it sour, that's probably what it would taste like. I'm gonna say 5 on this one. Like I feel classless saying that because it's Switzerland and
Yeah, it's
so unique.
yeah. I don't want to know how much this costs either, but it's I'm going to stick through it. But
It's not settling well.
I'm going to be nice and say 5. It's just, man, I've had a lot of sours, but this is sour.
Oh yeah. What's funny is I've had things that are way more sour than this.
Yeah.
Way more pungent, but nothing that's this
But
heavy.
The thing is that when the sour goes away, man, there's this taste, and it's not that unpleasant.
No, not
I
at
mean,
all.
it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
In your mouth, it's just.
If you were trying to pick this out of a lineup of like 100 beers, it would be easy to do.
Yeah, yeah. Once you got past making all the fucking faces of the sour notes, and getting past that, you get drunk off this shit.
It's thick like almost like a syrup would be, like a sour syrup. And that's why I think it's punching.
Asian oak barrels, and this shit is 7 years old.
Yep.
Huh.
I mean, I want to love it,
Well,
but all I can say is it's
can't.
decent.
Yeah, I can't. I got to give it a 5.
What makes something moral? Well, you already finished it. You just powered it down, huh? So you didn't have to bother with it anymore? My sense of morality is always it's always looking toward what reduces human suffering. So that's essentially where I'm at. I like the notion of bodily autonomy, everyone having the right to do whatever they want with their own body, so long as it's not detrimental to society at large. I think the more we work together as a species, even if we force it through governments, so long as you don't give the governments too much power over your free will, which is a very fine line, as we've discussed, no doubt. Are you all right over there?
No, I'm listening to everything you're saying, and yet I don't have to say anything because you're right. You're right on with what I believe exactly what you're saying.
Okay. Well, that was the easy one.
I mean, I really don't have anything else to say. You know where I stand.
Yep.
If it's not hurting anybody else or it's not illegal, and as far as illegal goes, limited government, they got their nose in too much shit as it is anyway. So anyway.
You know what's funny is we get this highly polarized thing, right, left, you know what I mean? I think what I've noticed as I've gotten older is right side seems much more heavily anti-government, and left, not center, but like real left, seems to me to be like anti-corruption. And I think there is a lot of ground for us to come together, like anti-moneyed corruption, anti-like hoarding of wealth. You know what I mean? Because that always leads to power. And I think when you put the two together, you've got a fucking firestorm, and we're living through it.
Yeah.
I'll quit rambling. Are you ready to try a cider?
Yeah, I am.
All right, so this
we'll go from sour to bubbly.
So this Finnriver's Black Currant cider. It is 6.5%. Comes from Washington.
Washington. How do you feel about casinos? That's the question. Ooh, red.
I don't think I've ever had a currant
This
like by itself, like a fruit.
Might be a little farm crafted and fermented. Olympic Peninsula, Washington.
It smells to me like someone mixed apple juice.
This is only 6.5%.
Mm-hmm. Apple juice with like cranberry juice, but it smells sweet.
Mm-hmm. That's another interesting one. I definitely taste that. I want to say the apples in it, but it almost tastes like grapes.
Yeah.
Red grapes.
I think maybe that's what currant may be, like a kind of a sour grape.
Okay.
Because there's a sour note to this for sure.
Yeah.
It's just hard to notice after coming off of this one.
This is not as sour as that last one. By no means.
Much more light-bodied.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cider for sure. But sour grapes, cider. That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah. I'll say 6 on this one.
But it does have an earthy taste to it as well. No?
Yeah, wouldn't knock my socks off. But it's, for what it is, it's good.
Definitely a 6. I'll give it a 6. Easily. Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave you alone for a minute.
No, damn. I'm going to sit here and get drunk by myself. Cheers. Yeah, I'm used to being alone. That's all right. Probably could have picked a better beverage. This shit here is a little sour. Tastes like Frankenstein toes. But it's all right. I'm drunk. You feel me? What should I rate this? Tastes like Herman Munster's toes. But it's not as sour as the last one. I'm talking to my friends.
How they doing?
They probably tired of me fucking talking. They
Oh.
said they wanted to see my nipples, but I ain't fucking ready to show them yet.
Well,
just wait.
I don't know if you know this, but here in a few hours, there's an episode coming out that you've forgotten about where you may have taken your shirt off. That's all I'm going to say.
What? All right, then. Shit. I'll show my boobies.
How do you feel about casinos?
Yeah, interesting. I've never played a fucking machine in a casino.
Nothing?
My wife is adamantly against them.
Okay.
It's a funny story. We were up in Connecticut or New York or somewhere up there with her sister, and we walked through a fucking casino and did not drop one fucking quarter.
What'd y'all do?
That's the first time I've been in a casino.
Just walked?
Yeah, she wanted to fucking go through the casino, but she didn't want to spend any money. My wife is a nut. She does not believe in gambling.
Okay.
She can't, but she gets on my ass when I buy a scratch off. So, and what's sad is she works with a girl that wins thousands every time she goes to fucking WinStar. I mean, thousands. One time she come home with like 15 grand.
Yeah.
You would think she would, that shit would rub off, but fuck, take her up there for the weekend, Let some of that shit get in her, No. So, I would love to spend the weekend in a casino. Hotel room upstairs, be treated like a king, but it'll never happen.
See, we think about different things when we think about casinos. When I think about a casino, I think about like real fat people in wheelchairs smoking cigarettes, playing their disability checks. But those are the slots.
God, no.
And I know that in a casino, when you're playing machines like that, the house is designed to win. So you may win some money, but most people are losing money.
If you keep playing, you're not going to win.
Yeah. So what interests me about casinos is mostly like the card games, like poker or blackjack.
It's funny you say that because last time I went into a operation like that, it was fucking bingo hall down there in Hillsboro, and you can smoke in that fucker. And it was an old skate rink that's been converted into a fucking bingo hall. And I took Logan and Rayburn and Melissa. I forget who I was with us. I took them in there to play some fucking bingo. And it was like a fucking bar. You could not see across the table for fucking smoke was so thick for cigarette smoke. Back then I was still smoking.
You remember growing up when it was just like that in most places you were?
Now it'd kill me, man, to walk in there and try to fucking play bingo. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. And they're just fucking puffing. Them old grannies are puffing away. But yeah, I have yet to go in and spend any money in WinStar, Choctaw, any of them, so.
I think as long as a lot of people can't handle it. I get that. They'll go in and they'll accidentally bet their house, lose their house. But if you tell yourself $20, $40 and that's what you're okay with.
You set yourself a limit.
Yeah. Then I'm all right with it. It doesn't sound as interesting to me as just
the thing is
sitting down with people and playing poker.
Plan something else to do other than gamble.
Yeah, they got comedy shows and concerts.
Yeah, if you're going to go, go watch a concert or shit, you don't have to do anything at the casino. Go on a fishing trip or something, just outside of that. So you're not consumed by the gambling fever that's in there, So that's my take on it. I've tried to plan, or I've looked into planning a vacation down there in Shreveport.
Yeah.
And there's a little lake outside Shreveport that has B&Bs.
Okay.
That are pretty cool, and I've looked into renting one of those for the weekend. But, I mean, if she doesn't want to go to Bossier City, or go gamble, then She gonna sit there and look at fucking swamp all weekend. So
I think as long as you talked it out at first and made sure, you knew we're going to go in here, but we're only going to spend $20.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Anyway.
I'm going to win that fucking car.
I think what you're ready for is this next thing.
Maybe.
Samuel Smith's.
I'm ready for a nut.
It's a nut brown ale.
I'm ready for a nut. Been ready for a nut for a long time.
I have to say I am officially in your club.
Yeah, but you ain't there yet.
No, not quite. This is 5%. It's British. Looks like it dates back to like 1758. It's an old ass beer.
It's only 5%?
Yep. But it's a brown. Nut brown. Question.
All right.
What's the most unrealistic expectation people have when it comes to relationships?
That's a good color. Most unrealistic. Oh, it's got a nice little head on it. Did I tell y'all I like head?
I think you've said it a time or two.
Yeah, that smells like beer.
I mean, on beer, not really. But head in general, I really, really like head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually not picking much up off the scent here.
I smell hops.
I was trying to get the head going. I tasted a lot of coppery.
It's not overly powerful. It's actually pretty weak.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, yeah, you're a dark lover. American beer drinkers would probably think this was it's not the body. The body's not heavy at all. The body's really light. But the flavor profile is definitely a brown. Mm-hmm. It has this dark toasted undernote.
Samuel Smith. Why have I heard that before? I think I've had some of his stuff before.
Yeah, I think you should send me a picture at one point of something. Very nicely carbonated though. Laces beautifully. Mm-hmm. Feels great to drink. It's just not as like punchy, powerful as you might be expecting from something that's higher dollar called Nut Brown Ale.
It's drinkable. I mean, it's.
I could drink it like tea.
Yeah.
I got no issue.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Whew. I actually feel like you could put this in a beer bong, and I could hit this without an issue. Now, I don't say that.
Right. I'm getting fucking drunk.
There's something on the back end to the flavor profile that's pretty unique. I cannot for the life of me place it, but I like it. It reminds me of like nougat or something. I don't know. I'm still going to say 7 on this one. I like it a lot. I'm not in love the way I expect it to be, but it's good. It's kind of great. Drinkability alone.
I'll give it a 7.
Really?
Yeah. It's not bad.
If this was cheap, I would drink this over Schneider, but it ain't cheap.
With well water. Well.
Can you imagine if this was your home brew? Like you brewed a beer at home and this is what it tasted like? I'd be so happy.
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck, I'd be looking at I'd be going in business.
That's probably why they did.
Samuel Smith. But he probably could have named it something different, because you know what that name reminds me of? You ever see that fucking spin-off to fucking, what's his name? What's that movie character's name?
You gotta give me something in the way of a hint. I know we're on a movie.
Pulp Fiction. Black guy.
Okay. Samuel Jackson.
Fucking Dave Chappelle did that spin-off on him.
Yeah, of Sam Adams.
Yeah. That's what the Smith reminds
Samuel
me
Jackson. It's my beer.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of, Samuel Smith.
Bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Samuel Smith. It's good, all right.
And I will say, not only is this drinkable, but the more I drink it, the more I want to drink it. This just really becomes more and more pleasant as you go along.
Yep.
Anyway, unrealistic expectations in relationships. Not speaking for myself, but that sense of newness. I think some people think that first falling in love sensation has to last. Like that romantic, always over the top shit. And this is why I think a lot of people jump from relationship to relationship. Because it doesn't. But people, I see so many people that stay single because they think
and here's the thing
that's going to be the case.
Is, what once was, a lot of times can never be again.
Yeah.
And certain people don't get that. That was, you're talking 30 years ago or so, when you're kids, when you're young, when you're vibrant, when you're youthful, when you're things change over time. And when change happens, some things you can't get some things back.
Yeah.
So I've been on that end.
It's good to know, though, that you can grow and evolve with someone. And while you never can get certain things back, I think there are moments where you see it again.
Yeah, the love is not any less between one or another, but certain things are just memories.
Yeah. People evolve, and if you go become single, there's no guarantee that you're going to get that back with somebody else either.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
mean, I have to be honest. We fight with that, or we fight with that on occasion. What we would give to be back young again, and it'll never happen.
Yeah.
It never. I mean, obviously, Father Time, has spoken, but you just have to realize that the love will always be there, but certain things you've outgrown. You can't. Not that you don't want to. You can't do anymore.
Well, that's the thing, though. I think some people have an expectation that the love is not the person. That the love is this thing you've been sold about what a storybook love romance should be. And it always has to be that no matter what. That somebody will fight with you day in and day out and still choose to let. No, like, people get tired of that childish shit. Like, it takes two hard-headed ass people that really want to be together and choose to make it work Like, it's people that stay single, people that jump from relationships to relationships. I'm not knocking any of you. I think that a lot of people in relationships are jealous of that because you get that sense of newness that the rest of us don't.
Yep.
But there's a trade-off to everything. There are things you're not getting that we are. And at some point, it just starts to seem childish if you're expecting romance to be this never-ending well of you have to make me feel like everything is new or I'm not going to love you. I don't want to be with somebody like that.
I want to be like we were teenagers again. Well, you're asking for an impossibility.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen again. Number one, my pecker looks at the ground. I mean, it takes work. Just like a woman, and the estrogen. I'm just speaking real.
Hey, I ain't got no problem with it.
So, look, let's live in the now here.
I just feel like you're telling me what I'm looking forward to.
It doesn't mean I don't love you any more or any less. I'll always love you. To the day I die, I'll give up my life for you. But we can't go back in time.
I think that nut brown got you in your feels. So let's move along.
All right.
To our final, which is the Schneider Weiss. This is the German Hefe-Weizen ale. It is
question.
5.4%. So again, we're not in Founders Boulevard territory.
No, but it don't matter. Because I'm already fucking on cloud nine. What's the best or worst part about fishing?
It's a good question for the table.
It is.
I have to say, like even sober, I love the smell of a German beer. I'll go ahead and pour another glass. How about that?
Damn
I
it.
already fucking know. German's brewed with purity laws.
That's a pretty clean glass.
So I already know I'm going to like this. It's a Hefe-Weizen. So it's that fall beer.
Wheat beer.
Yeah, this is
Bavaria.
a genuine German wheat beer. There's something they do right. And if you look at the lacing, like the carbonation,
Yep.
it's going to be a malted beauty.
It is pretty.
I'm going to laugh when I eat my words and it tastes like asshole. I mean, I like it. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've eaten my share of coochie, but I don't think I've ever fucking dealt with in no asshole.
Well, you got to do it.
Well, yeah, but it takes willingness. This is
Make sure it's cleaned up real good.
it's got a different taste on the back end.
Mm-hmm. Definitely foreign. We'll say that. If you're looking for an American Hefeweizen, it ain't gonna taste like this. This is actually, it's getting closer to like the Saison category. It's not there. It's not off-putting to me. But
Hefe-Weizen ale.
This shit makes me want to go to like a festival and eat like sausages and sauerkraut. And all, you know what I mean?
Come down there in my neck of the woods, Czechland. We'll eat some motherfucking sausages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Westfest.
Westfest.
Yes, sir.
Fucking A.
Yep.
What's weird is it smells like a foreign German beer.
I like the smell.
And then the taste is, it's got a really different quality to it than what you're expecting. Light to medium body on this. I'm going to say 8. I'm sorry. I really like this kind of beer. From Germany. The wheat beers. Not for everyone, though. Very, very fucking foreign.
I'm going to go with 6. Really not for me. I mean, it's not bad. I'm not going to knock it. But obviously, I mean, it's pretty. But it's a little lighter than what I prefer.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I wonder, because it's the flavor profile for me on beers like this. Mostly it's the flavor profile. And I wonder if over there, it's just so normal that they don't even think about it. And like you get these Chinese beers, or even some of these American darks or Boulevard type things, and would it actually blow their socks off? Because that's not what they're used to. They have to deal with different purity laws.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have much wiggle room in making this.
Why are the laws so much different over there than they are over here?
I mean, it's they can pretty much make what they want, from what I understand. But to call it beer,
But it's a pride thing, or is it something that they take on themselves to excel?
all of that. I also think that they have a lobby. I want to say maybe this isn't Germany. Somewhere in the world, they have a lobby where you have to follow these purity laws, or you get taxed at like an exorbitant rate.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you don't see too much variety, and like you don't see this kind of shit or this Jasmine tea lager. Like it's not going to come out of there, because the price that they have to put into it is pretty much everything they get back out. So they wouldn't turn a profit. Anyway.
Get you another one.
Oh, I'm going to.
The best or worst part about fishing.
I want that in a fucking keg, man.
You liking that, huh?
I do.
Schneider-Weizen.
I'm with you. I really like the darks. I really like IPAs, but there's something for me to be said about that foreign flavor profile. Yeah. It's drinkable.
And this is another one that would probably go good with fucking Italian food with beer.
Yep.
I mean with pizza or any kind of pasta red sauce.
That's probably why. That's probably part of it too. Like it needs to pair well with food.
Yeah.
Anyway, they make some beautiful beers. They're basic if you've had enough of them because it doesn't really change too much, but I really like this.
5.4.
Fishing.
You
can go with best or worst.
I can go with either or. Worst part about fishing is the stank. Kind of makes you horny. You know, the smell of fucking rotten fish.
Damn. I think we went fucking different things.
Shit on your fingers. You take that shit home. She think you've been fucking around.
So you should be eating ass. What you worried about?
The best part is.
Are you talking about stink bait, by the way? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Punch bait. Yeah,
Jeez. That fucking liver.
You can eat what you catch. I didn't tell you.
That's the best part?
Yes. I didn't tell you that when Ray and I were out there, she was laid up in there asleep. And I went out there fishing, and I hung a fucking blue cat that was about 10, 11 pounds. Got it all the way up to the bank, and somebody spit the fucking hook out at me. I mean, close enough I could see it. That some bitch was about yay long. You know, he's a good-ass catfish. Anyway, he fucking spit the hook out at me and swim on back out, went home. And then I caught another blue cat, 2 or 3 pounds, and a drum. By then she woke up. And she was sitting out there with me and watched me catch my drum and my carp and all this and that, you know. And she was having a good time watching me catch fish. But the best part is being able to eat what you catch. The worst part is, I guess, the cleaning the fish.
Yeah.
You know, I know how to clean fish and I clean fish. But, man, if there was a way I could clean the fucking fish I catch without having to go through all that work, you know, pay somebody else to do it, what the fuck ever, you know. Because that's a pain in the ass. I really don't like cleaning fish.
Well, I think you and my son would agree on something. I'm sorry, I've been drinking.
I don't.
He was telling me the other day. I was trying to ask yesterday. We went out to the lake yesterday to fish because it was supposed to rain all night. So we weren't going to camp. We were just going to fish at our site.
Right.
That's why I picked the site. So we're sitting out there in our chairs fishing. And I had told him before because he seemed really freaked out by the notion of like catching and keeping the fish where it would die, you know, because his mom watches these Alaska shows where they just fucking brutalize everything they catch, you know?
Right.
I asked him, I was like, what are we going to do when we catch the fish? Because I'd already had this conversation with him, you know, we can take the hook out and throw it back. It's fine, you know?
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it. What are we going to do when we catch the fish? We're going to eat it. I was like, oh, we're going to eat it, are we? Yeah, Dad, we're going to eat it. You can start the fire and then we'll eat it. You really want to eat the fish, my dude? Yeah. You won't even eat a chicken nugget right now, my dude. Fucking try to give you French fries sometimes. You look at me like I'm an alien.
He wanted to go full out barbarian, huh?
I think
fish.
If he was out in the wild and could experience the making of food in the wild, he'd eat anything, I'm pretty sure.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, you know, living off the land. But, you know, it is a pain in the ass cleaning the fish. I mean, obviously, the reward is worth it. You know, I love fresh caught fish. You know.
Use live bait, or not live bait necessarily, but you use real bait, not lures.
Yes, I use night crawlers. I use minnows. I use shrimp.
I use lures. I don't ever catch shit, so it probably explains.
Yeah, matter of fact, I was out there with night crawlers. They didn't have any really anything else to fish with for on the bottom of except for night crawlers. And I bought a box of night crawlers, and I went out there and it wasn't 15 minutes. When I hung that big ass catfish. Fuck, it's gonna be a good weekend. And then. And it all depends on when the, barometric pressure, winds, where the wind's blowing out of, fish are temperamental.
They are.
But I caught several fish that day, and then the next day I didn't catch a dick. I switched from night crawlers to frozen shad, and even bought some punch bait, and I couldn't catch a diddly dick. And then the last day, the cold front blew in, and Ray was already gone. She went home the day before, but I just fucking packed and went home.
She had to start packing 2 weeks before her trip.
Probably.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Yeah. She didn't want to fucking take chance. I want to get sick.
I think she probably had to be over here to record. Is probably what it was.
It may have been. But she swears up now she's going to go camping with me when she gets back from Ireland. So,
for me,
we'll see.
By the way, the best part about it is my wife finds it boring. For me,
but the kids.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
My son still loves to cast.
Yep.
I got video actually. We took him out there's a pier at Ray Roberts where you walk out like 50, 60 feet into the water, and it was windy as shit and cold and just it's like ocean waves just splashing him, and he's just fucking getting it. What I like is just it's one of the only times just casting something out there and watching the bobber for a while. It's one of the only times my mind is actually quiet. I'm always going. Like there's always something. Produce, do something, and fishing's one of the only times that goes away.
Well, it's funny you say that. When the kids were little, I took them over to a little conservation lake. About 5 miles outside of Milford. I knew an old boy, he did some work for an old boy that had some property right there on the edge of this conservation lake. And he let us camp out there. And these babies were little. Rayburn was in, I think, 3rd grade. I think they were all in school. Frog may not have been. But I took all 3 of them. And we stayed. Yes. Yeah, kids didn't go. And we stayed in a tent right there on the water's edge. And I bought, 3, 4, 5 dozen minnows. And we fished that first day and just caught bass until we couldn't catch any more. Damn. I mean, we were catching them, throwing them back, catching them, throwing them back.
That's awesome.
Rayburn hooked a big ass bass. She couldn't even pull in. And,
of course she couldn't.
And the second day, cold front blew in. Well, that second day, I think this frog decided she had to use the bathroom. So I told her, I said, go back behind them trees behind the tent, and use the bathroom right there, you'll be all right. And she did. And she came back. And the next morning, she woke up, and she looked like one of them Oompa Loompas or Willy Wonka. She done had her allergic reaction to poison ivy or poison oak or some
almighty.
Shit. Her fucking face, dude. Man, she was so bad, I was kind of worried. She was all swelled up, looked like a tick. You fucking poke her and she gonna pop.
Jeez.
And we fucking packed it up and went home. And I took her to the doctor the next day. She got a shot and got some other shit. And yeah, she remembers that to this day. And she will camp with me. But and matter of fact, she stayed out with me and Ray the other night. But they watch where they drop their and squat, now. But yeah, evidently she's highly allergic to poison ivy.
Me too.
Logan used to love to catch fish. But Logan, if it's not happening, he loses interest real
He
quick.
gets bored and
Yeah.
tries to move on.
Yeah, so he's not really into it anymore. But Ray and Alyssa, they just like to get out. So
I think I helped myself along this week because I showed him fishing in Minecraft.
mm-hmm.
You throw a fishing pole out on the square water,
Yeah.
and it sits there for a while, and then like the little bubbles come up, and the bobber goes under, and he catches fish.
Yeah.
And I think he thought that's what it was going to be like.
Right.
He threw it out there, and he's like, "Dada, where are the bubbles?" I'm like, "Man, that's not how it actually works." But he did at some point figure out, like, oh. Like, because it was windy, it was kind of rainy, you know.
Right.
So it would just come through every now and then, and it's real calm. We'd see turtles, and he'd see fish like jumping, you know. They'd kind of pop the top of the water. He's like, "Dada, we got to throw it over there. We got to cast over there." So he was figuring it out. We never caught anything.
Yeah. So he hasn't caught his first fish yet.
Nope.
Just wait. Just wait. That'll be priceless when he does. It's definitely worth everything to go through to get to that point.
I just want to point out we ended on a fishing question, so it makes sense. Worst part, by the way, for me was always just putting bait on the hook.
Yeah.
I always felt weird when it was like a minnow or something.
Yeah.
Just it weirded me out.
Well, see, the funny thing is I taught my kids, you know, they couldn't figure out how to keep the minnow alive.
You gotta go in under the
You got to
spine
below the fin, but above the green line, which is their spine.
Yeah.
And they will stay alive. Mm-hmm. If you go below that spine, it's going to kill them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Dad. Well, that makes sense. You know, that's why my minnow's dead. Well, we'll try it next time. Don't put it through the mouth.
Yeah.
You know. So
anyway, rip it off. I just thought it was funny that we're talking about fishing, which is one of the simplest, cheapest things you can do, and we're sitting here drinking these expensive beers. So, do you want to go ahead and share what the most expensive beer at the table was tonight?
I have no idea.
I mean, you do, because you bought it. What's the one you bought?
Really?
I think so. I have receipts.
That one right there was $18.
So let's go over it. Samuel Smith, just $6.
Okay.
The Finnriver was $8. The Peche was $8. This was actually only $4.
Really?
This Chinese one, yeah. The Schneider Weiss was $5. So you definitely
the shittiest tasting one was the most expensive one.
Yep.
That was $18 right here.
And that is why I'm scared to spend the $300 to $500 that it's going to cost for the single bottle of Sam Adams Utopias.
Is that how much they cost?
Oh yeah.
Fuck. I will say this, and I hate to be a spoiler. That shit was good.
This and these last two, I could fucking drink all night long.
I hate to be a spoiler, but that Chimay Grand Reserve Blue, the cork top,
because there's different versions, right?
is $18. Yes, it's $18 as well. It's 10.5%, but I'm gonna tell you, it's almost worth the $18. It's not like this. You could, whoa, shit.
You know my first and only experience with a Chimay? We went to Black Eyed Pea one night. Me and the wife, Toby and Heather. We're ordering beers. And so it comes around to me. They're all ordering their unique things so we can all try each other's drinks. Mm-hmm. Comes around to me. I ask the waiter, what do you recommend, man? You know, what do you like here? He said, man, you got to try the Chimay. I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was the red or the blue.
Yeah.
He's just like, this is my favorite thing. So we ordered this fucking beer that was at least $15. I'm pretty sure it was 18.
Yeah.
You know, even then. But we get this beer, it comes to the table, and we're new to beer then, so it didn't taste great to us.
Right.
But as we're figuring this out and talking about it, this dude walks over and asks for a drink of the beer that we are spending $18 for the bottle. Our waiter wants a drink. Like, do I take that out of your tip? What exactly is happening here?
Right.
Anyway, that's all we got for tonight. Help us keep the combo going in the comments. We'll see you next time, same place, for another round at
The Banter Bar.
I'll just leave you a little sip in case you want to go back.
I appreciate the sip. I think I could drink quite a bit of this.
I just want to see how it feels in my mouth.
I guess we'll see you next time.
On the Banter Bar.